Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Mandy, and if you saw my recent coaster set where I drew some color inspiration from Lisa, I actually started making these the same night. I had run out of the Indian Spice Gold, so I started to use another gold I have mixed up from Sonja. And so I decided to just do some spin swipes on these hexagon coasters. I had trouble getting my color mix quite right, but I still think they're pretty, and I think they'll look pretty under resin. So forgive me because I'm not going to take the time to show you the colors again, but they will be in the description box, and I'll of course cover them as I lay them down. But this is part of Operation Use Up Orange Crush. So Orange Crush is a beautiful prism pour color from Colourarte, but I've had that cup of Orange Crush mixed up for at least a year, probably longer. So I need to use up old paint. And so when I saw Lisa do that set, I was like, perfect. I have oranges I need to use. So it was a great way to try it out. So this color here is Lobster Claw. This is not an old one. This is a fairly new prism pour color. This is Rouge Violet, which is, oh, I love it so much. It's a Vivid Intense Fluid Acrylic. The gold was a fluid or a metallic gold from Sonja, and this is Diox Purple from Atelier, I think. And I'm going to use a white Cell Activator. So I did speed these up just for the sake of time. I gotta say, I'm having so much trouble with my consistencies this week. Some of it's because I'm using paint that has been mixed up for a while, so it's older and it's had to be thinned down. But I just did something a little while ago that was really challenging from a consistency perspective. And I have remade my Cell Activator. I never have trouble with getting my consistency right, but I've had issues. I don't know what the deal is. So as you can see, I'm swiping with this tiny palette knife. I kind of messed up, and I think I'm using a little bit too much Cell Activator because it's hard to get it to break up. So I think I overloaded my palette knife. So I'm just kind of trying to break it up. I don't like to do this because what I'm doing here takes away from some of your composition, and you start to get the bigger cells versus the cute tiny ones, but it is what it is. So this first coaster, I think I used a little bit too much of the Diox Purple, and it turns out a little bit darker. I still let it live, you know, just to let it dry and see how it did. And, you know, they were all a little different, so it worked out. But, you know, these hexagon coasters I got from Home Depot, and they're not, they're good, but they're not like the greatest at holding your composition. There's something about them. They're not like perfectly level. I mean, they are, but they're not. It's hard to describe. So I prefer to do swipes on them sometimes. Some blooms turn out really well. You just have to have your mix has to be thick enough, you know. So I kind of like to use them for swipes. I think they're fun for that. And I have boxes of them. So that's why I'm like, you know, when we're going to Operation Use Up Paint, it's good to just, while you have all the paint out, just make a whole bunch of stuff with it. You know, you might mix up, you know, swap out one color with another color, and you'll see a future color palette where I swap out the Diox Purple for Viola Blue, which is like a indigo blue from Colourarte. And I swap out the Rouge Violet for Rhapsody Rose. It's really pretty. Beautiful colors. So you'll probably see Orange Crush at least one more time after this video. I finally zoomed you guys in a little bit so you can see a little bit better. So yeah, hopefully you're enjoying the journey with me. I had a painting drying on my table, and I only had room for small things, and I needed to restock coasters anyway, and it's a great way to use up paint. So yeah. So if you saw my Follow Lala Fabulous Bloom, is what I named it. It dried very nicely. I can't wait to see it resined. I'm trying to not do any bigger paintings until I get those two resined. So trying to kind of stick with small things like this. I did do a bloom today, but I don't know that it's going to live. It was a test. I tried to fix some colors I had mixed up that were too glossy, and so I'll share the video with you, but I don't know if that's going to live. That lobster claw color is really pretty. All right, so on this one, the first one I put the lobster claw under the Rouge Violet and the Diox Purple. For this one, I put it in between them, and I do think we get better results. And I didn't quite use as much Cell Activator. And I'm like concentrating even though I'm doing a voiceover. A lot of paint on there made it a little difficult to spin swipe. But you can see we have a lot more contrast. I'm again breaking up the Cell Activator in the middle, and I don't like the result of that, but I think I need to thicken up my Cell Activator. I was saying on a different video, it's cold right now, so paint should be thicker. So I don't get why I'm having so many consistency issues this week. I really don't get it. You know, it's not like I forgot how to make a Cell Activator and what the consistency should look like. I think at first it was my pillow paint. Now I have a better pillow, like it's a little bit thicker, and I'm still having issues. So it's either the paint that I've thinned down and doctored and tried to make better, or I don't know. But I do love these colors together, and that is the bright side. So I hope you don't mind a little experimenting. All right. And I'm just kind of showing you guys the coaster after each one. I'm not going to do like a full-on close-up at the end. I mean, you're pretty close. I think it's a cute little guy. All right, here comes the third one. I did speed these up, obviously, so that you wouldn't be too bored. Might as well use the paint on the canvas, I mean on the spinner, right? All right. Now these Sonja paints from the metallics and their iridescent pearls or whatever, I like them. They're nice consistency. They work great in the bloom. I don't have all of them. They were kind enough to send me some to try. But they have quite a nice color spread. And so they have them on Sonja's website, and I think they have them on the Blick website too. I haven't double checked in a minute, but so on this one, you notice I put the Rouge Violet and the Diox Purple on the top. So the reason I did that is because I wanted to have one that was a little bit darker to match the first one, so that it wouldn't stick out like a sore thumb. And on the last one, I'm going to separate them with the lobster claw again. So this time we didn't have quite as much of a Cell Activator issue in the middle. Of course, I'm still messing with it. I should have just spun it out. But it is what it is. But it's a fun color palette. I think you'll really like the color palette that I do next, where I use Rhapsody Rose and the Viola Blue. Really pretty together with these, the orange and the gold. This one we had very large cells. You see how the Cell Activator is trying to travel into the paint? That's the problem I'm having this week. I do not care for that. So I think it's a consistency issue across. I think I just need to like use some like recently mixed paint and see if I'm still having the same issue. Maybe it's me trying to revive all my paint. Maybe the revived paint needs to be ring pours or straight pours or something, and not try to use it in blooms. I don't want to waste anything, you know? All right, so last but not least, got our gold, orange crush, and gold right behind that orange crush just really makes it so pretty when it spreads out, especially a really sparkly gold. The Rouge Violet, Lobster Claw, and Diox Purple. And then white Cell Activator. And then spin, spin, spin. And obviously that's a lot of color for a coaster. I messed up big time right there. But it ends up working out okay. And I didn't mess up the middle. Oh, never mind. There she goes again. It's kind of cool when you do the voiceovers and you can see the cells as they pop up. Like when you're doing the painting, you're not usually paying attention to that. You're too busy trying to figure out what to do, you know? So yeah, these should be fun under resin. They look a little right now, but under resin you'll be able to see all that shine and the contrast will be more noticeable. But I like them. Anyway, thanks for watching with me. Have a good day.